Hi, my name's Paul. I've been a culinary professional for about the last 15 years.
And my name is Ryan, and I've been a culinary professional, not a culinary professional. And we are Cumin beings. So this segment is called Rub You the Right Way. This is where we put our homemade special rub onto our pulled pork before we cook it. So what are the elements of a great rub then, in your opinion?
Well, you want to balance your sweet, you want to balance your salt, and you want to balance spice. I'm going to take a little bit of kosher salt. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of chili powder. I like the smokiness of that smoked paprika.
It's totally necessary, by the way, to just you gotta throw in your ingredients. You can't you don't measure it out with a measuring spoon or anything like this.
Right.
This is how real cooks cook, right?
And make it as dramatic and as cool looking as possible.
Absolutely.
I added some white pepper, I added some granulated onion, which is creating this amazing mist effect. And then I'm adding some brown sugar here at the end. If you want to make it a little bit spicier, you can add a little bit of chili flake or something hotter if you like. Just a tiny bit. Just
don't kill me with
moderate.
it, just give me some.
Well, everything in moderation.
That's it.
I'm not convinced if they call it a rub because you rub it on the meat or if they call it a rub because this is the best way to mix it all together. So here we go.
Okay.
Taste a little bit.
I'm gonna taste it.
I'm just kidding.
No. There's salt in there.
So the next step is we're gonna cut our pork shoulder into pieces, okay, and we're gonna toss it into this rub, and then into the Instant Pot it goes.
So why would you butcher the pork, Paul? Tell me why.
Listen, you can buy a piece of boneless pork shoulder almost anywhere, okay? There's no need to buy it already cubed up and diced. I mean, if you have a cutting board, if you have a decent knife, this is a simple thing that anybody can master, and it's gonna save you money in the end.
That's a good reason, man. It's interesting that we use the word butchering to describe things that we are doing poorly. But I would suggest that butchering is a fine skill, so it's
it can be, yes.
Interesting.
It can be. I'm just going to cut this up into nice chunks, right? I'm cutting it up into chunks because I want to sear this in the Instant Pot, okay? And this is going to give me a lot of caramelization on different parts of this meat, and it's going to deepen the flavor of the whole thing when it all comes together. And how long did that take?
It didn't take very long, and I don't think you butchered it at all.
I think it's okay.
Looks nice.
All I'm going to do now is I've prepared this rub from before, and we're just going to toss these pieces in here to give them a nice even coating.
It's all starting to take shape. Absolutely, for style purposes, use the little bowl.
Yes.
Shake it around. Flip it. Don't just do this.
No. And once we've done that, we can get all these pieces into the Instant Pot and start searing it. Sauce.
And do we have barbecue sauce, Paul?
Oh no, we're out of barbecue sauce.
What will we do?
What should we do? All we have is ketchup, a little bit of brown sugar, some of the spice rub we made, some maple syrup, and a little bit of cider vinegar.
Do we have any hickory?
We don't have any hickory. Oh. We can't smoke the hickory right here, right now. Real simple. We're just gonna mix these things together. Okay? Things you probably got in your fridge right now.
Now, if you did have some barbecue sauce at home, you could skip this whole thing, but if you want to be thorough, you should do this. This is real maple syrup, by the way. Obviously, we're filming this in Canada. Is there any point in, if you have only Aunt Jemima or Miss Butterworth or whatever people use for syrup these days, is that acceptable, or do we basically shut the whole thing down?
Tastes good.
Let me try.
There you go.
Oh yeah, we just had hickory. Okay, so here we are about to make some pulled pork in this Instant Pot finally. I'm most interested in the pressure cooking aspect of the Instant Pot today because pulled pork fast. This Instant Pot, what makes it cool is that it has a searing function. I'm all about the searing and pressure cooking in the same thing. Paul, what is the importance of searing your meat when you make pulled pork?
I like to do it, not everybody does it this way, but I like to do it because I've got these pieces going on here, okay, smaller pieces. It's just gonna, like you're searing a steak, you're gonna get some more caramelization in there, okay? And you're gonna get what's called the Maillard reaction, which is caramelizing the sugars and things like that are present in the meat. And then you can keep that flavor right there in the pot while everything else is going on.
That's fantastic.
It's not an absolutely essential step, but it's a step that if you've got an extra couple minutes, it's gonna make a difference in the end. Something like this is gonna give you these options where they weren't there before. Certainly not in the amount of time. I've taken it off the searing function, or the saute function, as it is here, okay? I'm gonna put my lid down. Oh, and it's going there we go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set it to meat/stew, okay? We're gonna press adjust, and I am gonna put that for an hour and 40 minutes. Cook our pulled pork just where we want it to be.
Well, you need to serve a side dish, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to serve something.
So let's make a coleslaw, Paul.
All right, why not? I've got a Savoy cabbage, okay? I like to use Savoy cabbage for this.
Let me stop you there and just go on record as saying I like to use pre-chopped cabbage from the grocery store.
I know you do. I know.
Why would one chop their own cabbage or even make their own coleslaw?
Because it's very easy to do. Make it really simple. I've got an onion, I've got some cabbage, I've got some carrot, I've got some apples.
Ooh.
All right, so let's go. I'm gonna cut this down. We don't need all of this. We're gonna put some of that aside. Yeah, just keep it on my shoulder, keep it wherever you like, it's fine.
Hey Paul, why are you hurting my friends?
It doesn't feel a thing. I'm gonna take half an onion here, okay? And I'm just gonna slice that as finely as I can as well.
Keep your fingers down in like a claw so that you do not get injured. I don't want anybody saying that they chop their own cabbage because we recommended that they should chop their own cabbage and then come and try to sue me because they chopped their hand off.
I've just cut my carrot into little strips here, okay? And I'm just cutting it now into little julienne strips. All right, now I've got my cabbage. I've got onions, I've got carrots. These are your typical stuff that you want to put in a coleslaw. Let's just put a little bit of apple in to make it a little bit different.
AKA non-typical stuff.
That's right. And that sort of sweetness and that little bit of acidity goes well with lots of barbecued items. There we go. So, what's next? I like to take a little bit of that barbecue rub that we made earlier.
Shazam!
Add a little bit of oregano there, just because I like the flavor of oregano. I find it balances out well. And then I've just got some regular old mayonnaise here. And then a little bit of cider vinegar, okay? Again, with the apple. And all we're gonna do is just give that a little stir.
You can use a fork at home if you do not have a weird tweezers.
You don't
for
have
cooking.
weird tweezers at home?
I do for slivers.
Taste that for me.
That looks like
Tell
it.
me.
We're doing it like chef style. I gotta pick this up with my fingers. That's tasty. I want to get a piece of apple, man.
Okay, we did it. That can go next to our bun. That can go in our bun. Possibilities are endless. Not exactly endless, but there's possibilities.
Oh, how come you didn't get us to bake our own buns,
well,
Mr.
you
Chef?
know, we only got so
we
much
gotta
time
do
in the day.
the rub and the barbecue sauce, but we're gonna buy store-bought buns.
Our pot is vented, very important.
Yes.
You don't want to get steam all over you. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Sauce is reduced down nicely. Look
Porky
how tender.
chunks.
Normally this would take, I'm telling you, 5.5, 6 hours.
Yes.
We've done it in here and it is ready to
Oh.
be pulled.
It's falling
Look
apart.
at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And at home, I would use 2 forks. You will be making sandwiches. Are you a coleslaw on the sandwich kind of guy?
I am a coleslaw on the sandwich kind of guy. I like it
Okay.
right on the bun with the pulled pork.
All right, me, I like to eat my coleslaw separate. Less than 2 hours total
Less than-
prep time. We have 6 sandwiches here, 3 for Paul, 3 for myself.
That's
okay,
right. Let's
let's
see how it
go.
turned out.
It's dripping, baby. Oh my God, it's really good, man.
There you go. There you go.
And he's converted me into having the slaw on the sandwiches. Until next time, please leave comments. What would you like us to cook? What would you like him to cook while I watch next time? And we will be sure to maybe or maybe not take that into consideration. But until next time, he's Paul, I'm Ryan, and we are
Human beings.
Cumin beings.